All right, are we live? I think we're live. Let's wait a minute and see if we are actually live or not. YouTube does these little fake starts. So see what's doing here. Give it a minute. Let this run for a second, see if we're actually starting or not. Hold up, there we go. I think we are live. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and do a live for you guys and gals. And hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot before we get started. Mount Bicephalus. All right, so quick reminder for those of you who get in here, click that like button. If you don't follow me on the Facebook fitness page, click the Facebook fitness page down below. Follow it, engage my stuff there. Greatly appreciate it. I'm going to briefly answer this and then I'll get on to questions because it's being a Saturday. I have a feeling I'll get a lot of questions. Pete the Creeps as I joined the Orc Army. Jason, I see that, man. Welcome aboard, brother. So why am I not beefing with people? People always bring this stuff up and they're like, oh, I want you to beef this. And they'll throw stuff in about Jerry Ward or Hoover. And it's just like, who's passed away. And I don't even want to make fun of someone who's dead. I mean, there are limits, people. There are limits to what's tasteful or not. All right. But, you know, they always want me to beef with these different people who I've had beefs with in the past. Here's my thing, guys. I have matured as a person. I'm not trying to make a quick dollar on YouTube starting beef. Okay. When I did those beef videos back in the day, did it make a lot of money? Yes. Like my YouTube used to make like $5,000 every month in ad revenue when I used to beef with people. It actually did. And that encouraged me to continue it. And that just created a vicious cycle. I'm not trying to do that. Okay. I want to focus on helping people, putting out good content. I don't care about fighting with vegan gains. I don't care about fighting with Leonidas. I don't even care about fighting with Layne Norton, who he and I were the biggest enemies possible. Okay. And we will probably never be friends. It's a hatchet that will never be buried. But you guys kind of saw my other video where I still congratulated him on some stuff. Because it's about being a mature, better human being. And that's it. And I'm trying to be a helpful person who helps other people, puts out good information, lifts people up. There's too much tearing people down in the world. And that's something that I learned with a lot of what I did, man. I mean, a lot of that, whether you thought it was funny or not, I put out a lot of negative energy. And when you get back what you put out, and if you send around putting out negative energy, you're going to get negative back. I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to fight with people, right? It doesn't help anybody, right? It doesn't help anybody. So I'm not trying to do it. Let's get over and get to some of these questions. You guys need to click the like button. All of you watching, if you would click down below on my Facebook page and follow me on the Facebook page, it is linked in the description. Be greatly appreciated. But let's get to some questions here. Dan, are you following me on Facebook or not? That's what I'm going to ask you first before I answer your training questions. You ask a lot of questions. I want you to follow me on there. All right. Hey, Jason, but I'll go ahead and answer it. Hey, Jason, what do you think would be better, running something like conjugate or stick with some key basic lifts and do some heavy light training? I don't have an answer to that. And I know you said it for BJJ. I don't know what you are doing with your overall goals, your training experience. That is not a or B question. That is, hey, coach, what do you think fits my situation? Okay. All right. Kumar says, evening, Jason, how's your weekend going? Dude, my weekend's going good. Pete the Creep says, top 5 best books for strength training. Honestly, man, any of Louis Simmons' stuff. There's your top 5. Overtime says, hey, have you heard what this streamer so-and-so said about you? I've never even heard of this streamer, let alone heard what he said about me. And quite frankly, so many people make up so much crazy stuff about me that's not even true. Who the hell cares? Who cares what he said? Was it good or bad? All right. Bob Braun says, it's a very insightful take. Thanks for being so mature, coach. I mean, I'm not always mature. I have my immaturity. I am still in many ways an overgrown child. But, I can appreciate that. Will you ever cut down to 93 kilograms? Hey, Terrence, how about if I wake up this morning at 93 kilograms about 12 hours ago? How's that sound? I am 93 kilograms right now. Mike Jensen says, what do you consider the difference between beefing and legitimate call-ups? That's kind of hard to say, but yeah, I mean, if they're selling Turkestan, though, that is a scam. My back says Jason's like the Jamie from Game of Thrones. People hate him for the best thing he ever did, calling out supplement BS and calling out fake natties, nothing else, right? Matt, one of our warriors, said, super impressed with Jordan's video this morning. Dude looks like he's about to try out for the WWE. Yeah, dude's coming along good, man. He doesn't weigh as much as you think he does, though. He's like 180 pounds. Basic cues for a good squat. That's not a straightforward thing. It depends on what's going on with your squat. Marco says, apparently you can't target rectus femoris in any squat variations. The only way is leg extensions. Why would you want to target the rectus femoris? So here's my question. If your goal is aesthetics, do you really want a well-developed rectus femoris? Are you trying to be a freakish, like Dorian Yates level bodybuilder, or do you want really good-looking legs? Because the rectus femoris is ugly as fuck. Just saying. All right. Rondo, no, because they've created their own whole, how do I put it? They've created their own entire culture and myth about me that's at this point not even based on reality. So they're down a weird path anyway. So who knows anymore? They'll probably never stop. Like some of them had told me years ago, they wrote a manifesto that they were going to do it until their entire life, that it was the entire reason that they existed, that it was the greatest, most important thing they ever did in their life was to try to take me down, that they would never do anything else that important in their entire life. And I'm not kidding. All right. Hey, Dan, I feel like at this point, you just hit me up and let's do a consultation because you keep asking the same questions and I've answered the best I can. There's too many variables. That's something that I would literally need to break down with you in an actual paid consultation call, just because of the complexity of what you're asking as a competitive athlete and your needs for individual programming. There is no way I can cover that successfully in a live stream and give you an answer that's going to be correct. Peep the Creep says, my leg day is tomorrow. I'm on a 4-day a week, upper, lower, finally starting to take lifting more seriously. Hey, man, that's awesome, bro. Maximum says, this nag guy isn't a good streamer. He just tried to use Jason McCloud. Yeah, it's probably, I don't know. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he said. What's an absolute shout out next call? 82K is probably a little lighter than I plan on getting, dude. What do you do now that's immature? I admit I missed some of your old antics. The nicknames you gave people were funny. That's true. I mean, I make your mom jokes, dude. Like I literally had a guy in one of these, who's like, you use steroids. And I'm like, your mom uses steroids. I love your mom jokes, by the way. At 47 years old, I do your mom jokes even to my friends. I'm going to say that's pretty immature. As a 47-year-old man, me making your mama jokes is pretty damn immature. And I'm probably still going to be doing it on my deathbed. Like my last words as I'm laying there and I'm fading off is going to be, bro, come here. Your mama. Fuck your mom. All right. My back says, Jason, my favorite nickname is Nick's liver disease and organ failure. Wow. Do you think other people can talk about other people even though they are bad? I mean, the thing is, are we trying to start beef with people? Just, people can do things that are wrong and it doesn't necessarily make them bad people, Ian. Okay. People are people. People are going to make mistakes. We are all human. Prondo says, are we allowed to ask Jason questions, training and diet questions here? Yeah, I mean, I may not answer your question, but go ahead and ask, man. Jason, could you give us your joke that you tell to pick up chicks? Yeah, sure. Hey, do you believe in love at first sight? Because if not, I can walk by a second time. Lamera, I already know you're a troll, dude. You always have trolly stuff, man. How do conversations usually flow? Well, I get on the camera and I introduce, say hello to them, and we jump into whatever it is that we're talking about in the consultation. If it's a client, I spend some time getting to know them to assess their personality, their learning style, their intelligence, to figure out how I need to communicate with them. Terrence said, I mean, since you're nearing 50, I feel like it's benefit you more in the long run to look shredded, which is why every single month you see me getting leaner and leaner and leaner. Kumar says, do you tell hot chicks your mom jokes? No, I only say that to dudes. Although I tell you what, Kumar, I would say one to your mom. I would tell your mama a mama joke. Best lift for developing huge traps. You don't have to focus on huge traps. They're going to get big if you do enough back work anyways. Hey, coach, general opinion on cannabis on the evening after training. If it helps you relax, it might be useful, but smoking anything is bad for you. I don't care what it is. Chad says, hey, Jason, what are your thoughts on Chuck Basher getting into the scam game? His new he's always been in the scam game. That's never changed. Dan, I don't answer Steron questions anymore. My back says, in my opinion, Alex is definitely capable of putting the old beef behind with you and would probably agree to a stream collab. Honestly, I would consider it. I am actually at a point that if Alex wanted to really do a mature collab with me and it's not about any BS and we just talk training, right? We just talk training, then I would actually consider it. Peep Decree says, are you ignoring my question about exercises for fighters? I didn't see it. And the thing is, there isn't a best exercise for fighters. A lot of the exercises are general exercises. I mean, get really strong and really jacked if you want to fight. That's my first advice. So what would you think would be the best exercises? Squat, bench, deadlift, pull up, stuff like that, right? Squats are real high on that list. So what do you think early man ate? Prondo, you need to be specific. What do you define as early man? What species and what era and what region of the world? And I'll give you my best answer. Like narrow it down to a continent and 100,000 year time period and a specific species. Some people deserve the beef like scammers and Greg Doucette. I mean, I can call that out without beefing, really. I can call out the scam itself, but I don't want to do a lot of that. What's the best investment for only run reverse hyper or GHR? I'm going to go with the reverse hyper. Kumar says flat bench or incline. I think flat bench brings more to the table, but I am a massive fan of the incline. All right. Peep the Creep says, I think a lot of guys way over focus on things like lifting to try and get girls. Probably so. I don't have a skincare routine. Oh, wait, what's that one from American Psycho? Is that what I need to spit out for you guys, or I need to read a script from it? Dan says, I take ibuprofen 4 times a day for 3 months for some tendinitis pain. I've developed pain in my back, which feels like organ pain. Which organs do you think could be affected? I've stopped. Your liver. You need to go talk to a doctor, dude. Kumar says, you do consultations, you just talk and hang out. I'm kind of lonely and looking for someone to talk to. Kumar, I have had clients who sent me stuff asking like they wanted, well, not clients, but people who acted like they wanted training advice and they paid the $100 for the consultation and they just wanted to bro out with their favorite YouTuber. It has totally happened. You know what? I'm totally cool with it, dude. They paid for my time. It ends up being some funny ass conversations. It's all good, man. Anyone in chat brought up Nick Coda avocado yet? 250 pounds over 2 years. I don't know what you're even talking about. Thoughts on the Cali Muscle crypto coin? Dude, I wouldn't touch anything that Cali promotes with a 10-foot pole. He's always been a con man. All right. My back says, in my opinion, if you want a truly gigantic back as a drug-free lifter, you need to get a massive conventional deadlift and barbell row. That or the deadlift and the pull-up. I think weighted pull-ups work really good there with the deadlift for that. Jason, is it a wise idea to drink alcohol during a sauna session? It is not a wise idea to drink alcohol ever for any reason. All right. Like, are you saying you don't wash your face? No, I wash my face and I use lotion, but that's it. Like, when I think of a skincare routine, I'm thinking, do I use a dermal peel and exfoliants? And no, dude, I use some basic lotions here and there because I have psoriasis and stuff, so I need that. But it's not like anything intensive or specific. Marco says, if we could hypothetically build Ronnie Coleman-sized muscles naturally, wouldn't that extra weight still put? That's hard to say, Marco, but here's what we don't know. Here's what we don't know. We just don't have the answer. We know that muscle mass itself is cardioprotective. What we don't know is if that much extra body weight would affect it. Prondo says, what did ancient Homo sapiens? Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're talking about a specific species. Ancient, I'm going to assume we mean Paleolithic era. Okay? And we're now talking about a species that is less than 300,000 years old, and we have a continent. Thank you. They ate primarily tubers, root vegetables, various starches, plants, whatever lean animals they could manage to hunt down, and bugs. Go research that, by the way. And whatever grains they could manage to forage. Dan says 100 hour, that would be decent if you get that consultation. Dan, I have done at least 100 of those at that price. Kumar said, what made you quit drinking? Multifold. Number one, my religious beliefs. Number two, the fact that I cannot behave, which kind of ties into it. I stopped drinking because my behavior is unacceptable when I drink. Now, it's also unhealthy as hell, and that was a consideration also. But at the top of the list, when I became a Christian and decided to actually become a Christian, I realized my behavior when I drink is completely unacceptable to my beliefs. Completely unacceptable. All right. What brand of lotion? I don't know. One you buy at the grocery store. But it has like vitamin E in it. My back says, Jason, your advice to get girls is to talk to them. Instructions unclear. Do you have a manual? All right. All right. Kumar says, can you discuss the home? Kumar, you need to, I don't know what you're asking me. You're talking about our species in its earlier days, humans, right? The same species that we are still today. No, why would you think they trained? You think 100,000 years ago they were lifting weights? Have you ever heard of any evidence of this? Opinion on Chris Jones, aka POG, aka Beast Mode Jones, aka Ho Ready programs. I like Chris, dude. Chris and I are cool with each other. Dan, that's not my main income. So what are you getting at? So you are aware my coaching is my main business, but the consultations are a side part of it. Prado says, so you don't think Prado, where would they get saturated fat? I'm asking as a serious question, Prado. Okay, so you go to the continent of Africa, Northern Africa, all right? You go to that continent before agriculture and before people started herding large numbers of animals. What is the source of saturated fat? I want you to tell me what food source existed in plentiful enough amounts for the average person to get significant amounts of saturated fat in that region of the world before we started raising, say, goats. Do you plan on upgrading to a tube Marshall in the future? Yes, I actually do. Chad, gentleman, says, Jason, I would actually pay you to be my dating coach. Could you offer that? Maybe, but you've never even bothered to message me to ask. You're asking in here instead of asking me in private from a real Brooklyn. So the answer is no, because you're refusing to actually apply for it and discuss it. Bob Bronson says, when they get saturated, Bob, what fat animals? There are no animals with high amounts of body fat in that part of the world in the wild. They don't exist. Okay, it's not like there's walruses and polar bears in the northern half of Africa. You ever hunted wild game? You ever looked at the macros on wild game meat? Anywhere near within 800 miles of the equator, north or south of it. Look at the macros on it. Where are you going to get 10 grams of saturated fat a day that way? I mean, all those antelope and stuff like that there. Okay, look up the antelope and other similar animals we have here in America and look up the macros on the wild ones. You would barely get enough, like you would have an extremely low fat diet if you ate a pound of that every day and that was your main fat source. You would be getting like 3 grams of fat and only a tiny amount of it would be saturated. Like wild game is lean, dude. They're not this grass-fed stuff that you're used to buying so even grass-fed animals are way fatter than anything you're going to find in the wild like that. So again, these people don't understand basic nutrition and history. Okay. Kyle Beasley said, my weighted chin-ups and pull-ups is enough for back development while I'm focusing on my conventional deadlift and front squat. Yeah, absolutely. The worst part of having alcoholic friends is them stumbling and mumbling nonsense and slurring words and having to carry them home. I've been there. All right. Prado, you really think elephants were a primary food source for all those tribes? And pull up the macros on elephant meat. Wild elephant. Yeah. Sips, you're right. Chris Jones is a real one, though. He was on your side when everyone in the fitness industry was hating. And those haters are bandwagoning, not because they have or had reasons. Yep, they were bandwagoning. And the thing is, when all those people were trash talking me, who do you think messaged me to see if I was okay? All right. Who do you think checked on me to see if I was okay? Well, all these people were making videos hating on me and trash talking me. Chris Jones reached out to me and said, hey, man, are you okay? I just thought I would check in on you. So then when I have people who sometimes ask stuff and want me to trash talk that man, people want me to trash talk someone who didn't jump on the bandwagon when everybody else was trash talking me and asked me if I was all right. Are you doing okay in all of this, man? So what does that tell you about him? Chad, I already answered that question. All right. Are pullovers more for the back or the chest? Yes. Eggs healthy or not depends on intake and genetic response. Sips, I don't answer your questions. I'm sorry, man. Kumar says, how did the Homo sapiens in Africa survive with no fat? They had fat. It just wasn't a lot. So, Kumar, why do you think that we need large amounts of fat for hormone production? Like, who told you that? And where's their evidence? It's a popular thing to say. Where's the data? Where's the clinical data? Where's the epidemiology? All right. Research is saying the T-bar rows are optimal because you get the greatest tension at the bottom of the muscles in the Lincoln position. Why wouldn't a dumbbell row do the same thing? Why can't a weighted pull-up do the same thing? All right. Chad, would you ever do a collab with R2D2 C3PO? What are we going to do? Beep at each other back and forth? Like, I didn't know C3PO and R2D2 had a YouTube channel. You guys with your questions. Okay, that was my hint that I literally have no idea who you were talking about. I had never heard of them. All right. Are chin-ups superior to pull-ups because of the longer range of motion? No, because it's not joint range of motion. Weight range of motion is not the same as joint and muscle angle range of motion. All right. Dan, I started to think you were a troll. I'm just going to say, man. Why is my head shaking like that? Because when I'm cutting, I try to fidget and move as much as possible. You are aware there's research and data on that, right? Kumar, all of my state records, I broke state records in 2 different weight classes. Every single one of them have been broken by other people since. Welcome. Right? Welcome to competitive sports. Hey, Dan, I don't want to film what I go do. In fact, I already know you a troll. I'm going to give you one more chance. I'm going to give you one more chance. All right. Prondo, look, you can keep going on and on and on about why you want to do a carnivore diet and stuff your fat fucking face with fuckloads of saturated fat and die of a heart attack and diabetes. Look, Prondo, you do whatever you want, but I'm not going to support your delusion. Okay? How's that? When you fucking die of diabetes and heart attack, because you keep deciding that for some reason, then just fucking die, but leave the rest of us out of it. Okay? How easy is that? Quit trying to throw your crazy ass cult diet at the rest of us. Go eat that shit if you want, but stop killing other people. How do you like that answer? All right. Mac, my homie. Oh my God, it's Rick Mac. We're real life friends. How you doing, bro? Oh, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him in a few years, though. Hey, Dan, I'm not interested. I leave my house all the time. I don't want my life outside of the house up for my stalkers and crazy people. Okay. Well, yeah, because you keep seeing the same things and I keep telling you no. Like, Dan, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard the expression no means no? Like if a girl tells you no and pushes you away, you know you're not supposed to keep trying to force her into having sex, right? I'm just saying, I feel like a lot of you guys, when you do stuff and I tell you no, you don't take no for an answer. Like, do you not understand that? And I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm dead serious. If somebody tells you no, you guys don't seem to understand what the word no means, right? All right. And so that's why I'm saying that. Like either you're a bad person or you're a troll. Because when people tell you no, you don't just keep pushing them. And that's the point I'm making. I mean, you could apologize at that point and say, hey, man, I didn't think about it that way. Right? Oh. Yeah, Prondo. But that was the point. Like anyone who keeps pushing that, oh, our ancestors ate all this saturated fat, that's not supported by the evidence. Like, and so when you make statements like that and you really think that whole tribes lived off of elephants as a primary staple, like that comes across as a carnivore cultist. Because that's not real. Like these people didn't eat those animals every day. It was rare that they managed to get a big kill like that. But it's the weird carnivore cultists who push that and they're hurting people with their bad diet advice. Like they're killing people. And so I tend to be kind of a dick about it. Max says, good, drop it in, suit looking lean. Yeah, man, swing on through, brother. Of course, Mac will film us out in public and put it up on the internet. Because that's how he is. It'll be all over his Instagram. I'm over here rolling. I got Jason Blaha in my car. I got 900 horsepower to the wheels. Let me see if I can make him squeal. Hold on, we're going to get it on camera. I already know what you're going to do. I already know, dude. And it's going to be all over Instagram. Because that's what you do. Oh, we already know, man. You went out in 1,300 horsepower. Dude, I'm not getting in that shit. Mac, I am not getting in one of your LS hybrid Mopars that you have twin turboed, some sort of LS6 or something in it to 1,300 horsepower. I'm not getting in that shit. Oh. Bob, they are that crazy. No, they don't come at me in person. They'll go attack everywhere I go. Does that make sense? So if I go take a picture of me somewhere, it's going to get lit up with 1-star reviews because they allowed me to take a photograph in their parking lot. Ask me how I know. All right. Rick says, I'm currently doing the vertical diet, lean meats and veggies and some carbs. New York strip is my go-to. I can see that. Are you getting lean right now, man? Or are you still big as hell? He's big and strong. Dude is strong. Was Mac the one? No, man. That was Seth and Bo. What's his name? I can't remember the black guy's name. Those are one of Brittany's friends. I can't even remember his name anymore. He's hyper like that, though. No, I don't think Rick has been in any of my videos. But Rick is like, 6'2", 300 pounds. All right. Prondo says, I'm not trying to be a dick, but saturated fat isn't good for you, but early men will certainly prefer. Sure, but how often do you think they got large amounts of meat? That's the problem. Charles says, Coach, what are you going to get on TikTok? I messed with it a little bit and I closed it down. Oh, gosh. Reston, wow, what a weirdo. Dude's claiming I'm going to die today. Ooh. All right. Mike, why would I be jealous of Callie? Pete Decree says tips for pleasure women. Dude, I'm not going to give you woman pleasure and tips in here. Rick says 392 Hemi blower on that one. 1387 horsepower to be exact. Worthless on the street, will smoke the tires at 90. Mac, wait, hold up. Rick Mac built something besides an LS engine to over 1,000 horsepower. What? All right. Banana Cream, the guy in question would laugh at you for saying that. I'm just going to be honest with you. That guy would make fun of you for saying that is African-American, not black guy. He would make fun of you for that. Just saying. He was very non-politically correct and didn't believe in any of that sort of nonsense. Max says, big as hell still, want to get leaner for health reasons, trying to be a light 275 or so, still lift. Pete Decree, Brittany had all sorts of friends, man. Actually, Brittany had more gay friends than anything, like because she did the hairdressing thing. She had lots of gay friends. Why are we talking about Brittany again? Now Rick's gonna laugh because he knew Brittany. Remember when she totaled my car? She came in, she comes home and like knocks on there. Hey, I don't mean to wake you up. Rick came and picked me up. I totaled your car. It's like 3 in the morning. I remember that. Rick, how did that go? Yeah, you remember that night. I think she called you up and said, Jason's going to be pissed. Please come pick me up. Will you be there just in case? He's going to be so mad I totaled his car. Oh, my God. And she didn't hit another car. She totaled it without hitting any other cars. The entire engine and transmission was on the ground in the middle of the street. Oh, my God. Woo. All right. Mac, I appreciate that, man. I don't know Mac, how did we meet? How did we actually meet? I don't even remember. You just kind of showed up in the mix one day and the friends. And then Rick was just kind of there. Yeah, we just kind of hit it off. Thought you were a chill dude. Like, yeah, this dude's all right. We can hang. Halo News is a 405 legit Astagrass safety bar squat 1 rep max impressive for 185 pounds. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid, dude. Bob. Oh, Rick, you can answer this. Hey, Rick, do you think Brittany would have put up with any of her gay friends hitting on me? given the level of jealousy, what is the probability that somebody hitting on me would have her draw a gun on them? She had like zero, I'm talking zero tolerance for any of her friends. Yeah, exactly. No, she would have let that fly. Like, let's see if I can do an imitation, Rick. Let's see if I can get it right. Can you tell me? Bitch, did you just look at my fucking man? Don't look at my fucking man, bitch. Don't fucking look at him. That's what I thought. And then she came over with hump on me. I'm marking my territory. Yeah, that sounded about right, Rick. Oh. Yeah, it was interesting. All right. Actually, Brittany was a couple X's ago, Dan. Who do you like better? Neither one of them. All right. Banana cream pie, is she the one that drank and wore wigs? Yes, that would be her. That would be her. TJ Gaming, will TRT give you gains as a newbie? Probably not. Dan, yes, I know Rick IRL. Yep. Yep, he was there when she totaled my car. Oh. TJ Gaming says, flex your bicep, donate $5. You want me to flex them guns, you need to pay. Let's see, let's get rid of. All right, TJ, here we go. I'm going to flex my bicep, but then you need to pay. All right. Mountain biceps. All right, now send that money. Rick, we have any real crazy stories? I don't know if we got crazy stories. Banana cream, it is never justified to hit a woman, ever, for any reason. Hey, Mike, I don't think I have average bicep genetics. I think I have below average bicep genetics. How's that? Is that a fair statement? I think that my bicep genetics are so bad that I've had to train my ass off to have even halfway decent biceps. That's what I think. Matt says, hold on, I gotta check one thing real quick. All right, cool. All right, who were some of your biggest physique influences when you started getting into lifting, Yates? But probably going to be Arnold and Dorian Yates. Yeah. Thoughts on Big Daddy trips? I don't think about Big Daddy trips. Thoughts on equal rights, equal fights? No, absolutely not. Right? Absolutely not. No. That is nonsense. It is absolutely unacceptable to put your hands on a woman. All right. Rick Max says, Jason never put me on camera because I have zero filter and probably get his YouTube channel shut down. That's the truth. We lifted together and hung out and all that. Even got that day. We did when I went and got DEXA scans, that first one. We went together up there because we both did. Oh my God, the DEXA scan story. The hot sauce story. Rick, man, see, that's why I can't put you on camera. The hot sauce story. You remember what you asked the tech about hot sauce? That's why I can't put you on camera. Look at Rick over here. You know I like black girls, right? Yeah, see that laugh. So you guys want to know why I've never put him on a camera? That's exactly why. Oh my God. Dan, Rick is a real life friend. He's a real life friend. Would you date a transgender? That's not my scene, man. CN says you used to say that Vulcan cutting is best where you gain. Yeah, I promote recomping and lean gains these days. I don't use the term main gaining because it's stupid. Quit letting Greg Doucette, who's a scam artist, create new words for phrases that he gets to coin. How about we do that? And we just call it lean gains or recomposition, like everyone has always called it. Stop giving Greg Doucette that power. Mike, Eric doesn't act anything like me. Eric acts like a weird persona he created, but it's time for you to go. Did you invite Rick over, do a lifting video together, do some Rick? No, because then Rick is going to mog me and people are going to be like, wow, you're small as hell. Because Rick is like 6'2", 300 pounds. I'm over here walking around at 205. I don't know that this is good for my reputation. What do you think of the Nautilus back machine? I don't really think about it. Thoughts on Jesse James West? I don't have thoughts on Jesse James West. I'm near DC now. Are you building cars out there? Oh, Rick, also, there have been haters who claim I don't know anything about cars and have never worked on engines at all. Even though I have stuff memorized like 1-843-6572. Right. And I know that when I made a 383 stroker, that was a 30 over 350 with a 400 crank back in the day. Would you ever offer coaching services to people you've beef with again? Set that aside and ask that as a serious question. Ask that as a serious question. Do you really think there's any YouTubers who want to hire me as a coach who have beef with? Think about that for a minute. Let's set aside ego and me trying to sound amazing. Do you really think anybody I've ever beefed with would even consider letting me coach them? Seriously, come on, you know better. Pete the Creep says, should a woman be allowed to have male friends if in a relationship with me? Do you think that she's your property? Hey, Pete, and I mean that. Like, do you own her? Is she your property? She should be allowed to have male friends. Let me think about what you just said for a moment. Rick, hey man, I'm glad to hear it, dude. Oh, bunch of Hellcats. Nice. What kind of distortion pedals do you have? I only have one distortion pedal, the orange one. It's a Boss DS1. I've got a bunch of overdrive pedals and other stuff like that. Male friends in the same social circle is normal, but close male friends in a relationship is strange. I would never have. Here's the thing, my back. So if you have a girl and she's had lifelong friends who are males that she's known for 20 years, are you supposed to tell her she can't be friends with them anymore? Do you not have friends who are girls you've known for 20 years? Mac, see, there we go. Mac and I kind of agree on this stuff. Mac, my bro, one of my homies. If you can't trust her around dudes, don't be with her. If she allows them to disrespect the relationship, don't be with her. That's my move, all about respect. And there you have it. Mac, I'm going to leave this open a few more minutes. They want to hear some wild stories. Since I know this is the real Rick, if you want to type out a little story for them, anything that's particularly funny involving me that you recall, we'll go ahead and do it. Just don't make anything up. Make sure it's actually true. I don't know that we have that many really wild stories. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Kumar, have any club stories or strip club? Matt could answer that. Matt, do I hang out in strip clubs? Now, we can set Mac aside because Mac likes to work as a bouncer in strip clubs. He likes to work them doors. But I don't hang out in strip clubs. There you go. Max says, yeah, man, I'm on the spot. I'm going to be honest, Jason's just a really normal, fun guy. No strip clubs for Jason. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a pretty normal person. I just chill, have fun, tell jokes. Right. I don't think Mac really saw me drunk that much. GT, you get banned just for asking that, making fun of a mentally handicapped person. All right. Oh, this might get some views later. Dan, why are they doing that? Why was your lady going out? How do you define as a one-on-one? Are you talking about a lifelong friend? Are they married or whatever, right? Yeah. Drinking one time and you were just used slightly more giggles. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't partying that hard around Rick. I was partying really, really hard for a while right before I got with Brittany, and then I was kind of chill, but then I realized there were some problems. Yeah, I mean, it was the case of all her friends, all the chicks loved me when I drank. Because I'm just me, but I'm just laugh and tell jokes. The problem is that when I drink and I'm hanging around a bunch of girls, I strip my clothes off. That's the problem. I strip down butt ass naked. Which is one reason I needed to quit drinking. Yeah, probably about 20, might have been early 2017. Could have even been 2016, something in that range. Somewhere in that range, yeah. But I broke up with Brittany in like 2019. Yeah, it might have been 2017. Kumar says, what did the girls do when you got naked? Well, you think they did. Oh, look at this guy trying to do that. All right. I'm going to leave that just to keep you on money, but I'm going to pop you on something else. Actually, here's how you do that. Here's the trick. I figured out how to do this. Yeah, I learned a trick on how to keep people's money and still ban them. All right. Max says, Jason giving me some good tips on bench help my shoulders a ton. Paul, the same reason I give every single one of these, I intentionally fidget when I'm cutting as much as I possibly can, consciously all the time. Halo says, There is no AD. You mean Alex Leonidas. Telling everyone to get chest expanders and chest crushers and every night who needs them. No, they're complete nonsense. No reasonable person would think that. There we go. Kumar, I don't drink in bars when I drink. Okay, let me clarify that. Do not get drunk in a bar even when you drink. Ever. For any reason. Even when I used to drink, I did not get drunk in bars. You get drunk at home or at parties. All right. Mike says, this will probably be the last question and we're going to wind it down. Jason, what do you think about female fitness influencers like Lean Beef? How do you think they are positive influence or promote an unrealistic standard? I think they're positive. They don't promote an unrealistic standard. If women want to gain muscle, then gain muscle, right? That's simple. All right. So where are we at? Time to wind this down. We had about an hour. So I'm going to wind it down. Rick, it was cool of you to drop in, man. Appreciate it, brother. We'll hang out next time you swing through Houston. Yep. Oh, yeah, I was your biggest critic. Yep. And then you were hitting 500 pounds ass to grass. All right, time to wind it down, though. I love all of you guys and gals. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.